Hey guys, welcome back to Miss Jones TV. Today is camping day for Brush Fork Elementary. So I hope you can get outside and do some fun things. I wish we could go camping. I love to go camping, and so doesn't Luna. That's why I wore my Paw shirt today. And my hat, so when we go camping and all that good stuff. And don't forget the bug spray. Okay, what are some of your favorite things to do outside? You guys tell me about it, okay? Now, I hope you liked the safari from yesterday. I know it was a little silly, wasn't it? And I'm having so much fun with this Spirit Week, guys. Let's go ahead and start our lessons today. And we're going to be starting with math like always, guys. Get your flimsy book out, everything that you need. Now, while you guys are getting your stuff out, I'm going to tell you a joke. Okay? Why couldn't the frog drive a car? Because it was Toad. Get it? Because it was Toad the frog. Okay, guys, I got a million of them. Anyway, let's go ahead and start with your math. Yesterday, I asked you to do page 679 on your own. So why don't we get out page 679, and we're going to do that together, okay? So let's look at page 679. Okay, the first part, guys, I did with you. We made a title, favorite pizza toppings. Okay, here was our toppings. We did the first one together. 4 classmates chose peppers. And the next one says 7 classmates chose meat. So you should have taken your handy dandy pencil or whatever it is that you're using, go over to the 7 and colored it in. And I'm just gonna do that real quick. I'm sure yours looks much better than mine, but you get that point. Okay, next one is mushroom. Mushrooms says 5 classmates. So I'm gonna go over to the 5 and I'm gonna color it in real quick. Just like that. Okay, now the last one, olives. 2 classmates like olives. I like them all. What about you guys? Are you a just cheese kind of person? There we go, kiddos. Okay, now at the bottom, because it says draw bars, and we already did that, number 5 says, which topping did the most classmates choose? So I'm going to go and see which one is the longest or has the most in it. Looks like meat, so like pepperoni and all that good stuff. So meat. Give yourself a big old check mark if you got that right, guys. Down at the bottom. Did more classmates choose peppers and olives than meat? So we have peppers and olives. So we need to put those two together and see if they equal as much as meat. So we have peppers, which is 4. Olives, which is 2. 4 plus 2. 4, 5, 6. So that gives me 6. Meat has 7. So do those two together have as much as meat or more than meat? Sure doesn't. So we're going to put no, comma, because it said to explain. So what we did is we did 4 plus 2 equals 6, and meat has 7. See that, kiddos? Yep. It was no, because they don't have enough, do they? So put together, meat still has more. All right, guys, give me a double fist bump if you guys did that. All right, let's go ahead and move on today. We're going to do a page together, and then I'm going to give you an assignment. We're going to do page 680. Just turn right over to the next page, okay? 680. Now on this page, we have another graph that we're going to create together using the information that it gives us, okay? So let's take a look at this graph right here. It's blank for us. So we have to remember the information, the title, the side, and the bottom. So anybody that looks at it can tell what we're doing. It says Cody asked his classmates which zoo animal is their favorite. So what kind of a title do you think that we should do with this? Favorite zoo animal? Okay, so let's do that. Favorite zoo animal. See it there for just a second, right? And guys, like I said before, if you need to pause because I'm going too quick, or if you need to copy something down, go ahead and pause me, and I'll be right here when you click play. Okay, favorite zoo animal. So we have favorite zoo animal. Now, the numbers on the side, who did he ask, guys, that was their favorite zoo animal? He asked his classmates. So like in the other charts, we should probably put number of classmates, because that's the number of kiddos who liked a certain animal, right? So I'm gonna turn my book and put number of classmates for you guys to see. Just like that. Now we still have the bottom, and I see written on the bottom, it says bear, lion, tiger, zebra. So those are what? Types of animals, right? So I'm gonna put animal. So I think we've got it labeled. Okay, favorite zoo animal, number of classmates, and here's the animal. So anybody who looks at that could understand the information in the graph now. Okay, so it also tells me how much to fill in under each one. In the blue box, it says 6 classmates chose bear. So I am going to go where it says bear, and I'm going to color up to the 6. Now, I'm sure yours will look much better than mine, because I'm trying to do this upside down and quickly so I don't take too much of your time, because it's camping day and we want to get outside, don't we? Okay, so 6 chose bear. The next one, 4 classmates chose lion. So I'm gonna color up to 4 on my lion. What would be your favorite, guys? Gosh, that would be hard to choose, wouldn't it? These are really, really cool. I wish they had elephant on here. Okay, the next one says 7 classmates chose tiger. So I'm gonna put it up here, and I'm gonna color all the way up to the 7. My coloring is not the greatest, but it'll do the trick. And 3 classmates chose zebra. So I need to go up to the 3 on zebra. Now we've got our handy dandy bar graph, don't we? Now let's answer the questions about this bar graph, excuse me. Number 7, it says, use the data to complete the bar graph. Write the title and labels. We did that one and we drew the bars. Number 8, how many fewer? Oh, there's that phrase again. How many fewer or how many more? Are you gonna add or subtract? Subtract. How many fewer classmates chose lion than classmates that chose the other zoo animals? All right, so we've got lion. Lion goes to this 4, right? So we have 4. but we need to see how many fewer chose from the rest of them. Okay, so let's look and let's add up the rest of them and then subtract it from that lion. Okay, bear had 6, tiger had 7, zebra had 3. Now, you could go 6 plus 7 plus 3, or you could just count one at a time of the blocks, whichever one you want to do. We're going to do both. 6 plus 7, guys. What's 6 plus 7? 13. 13 plus 3? 16. Now, you could have gone 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Either way, you're going to get 16. So now we have 16, and we need to subtract that 4, right? So 16 minus 4, kiddos, what would that be? Let me get me another sheet of paper here. We line it up, 16 minus 4, like this. So we start furthest away from that sign, 4, 5, 6, so that gives us 2, and that 1 just falls right out of the sky, right there. So 16 minus 4 is 12. So, how many fewer classmates chose lion than classmates that chose the other zoo animals? 12 fewer. Okay? 9. Look at the bar graph above. Suppose 2 of Cody's classmates chose zebra instead of bear. Explain how the bar graph would change. So, what if somebody changed their mind? They were like, oh, I really like bear, but I like this zebra more. So if I go over here and I take and cross out 2 of those bears and I put them on zebra, how would my bar graph change? Now bear would be the same as what? Lion. Now tiger would still be the most, but it looks like zebra would be in second place. So there's lots of options, kiddos, that we can put on there, but we're gonna do this, okay? I'm gonna make the observation that now bear and lion would be equal. There's that vocabulary word again, guys. Big second grade vocabulary word that means the same. Now, bear and lion would be equal if they changed their mind and chose zebra. Good job, guys. All right, kiddos, we're going to do page 681 and 682 on your own, okay? Because we've got this. We are going to be zooming past these graphs in no time, but I want to bring your attention to one problem. So if you'll flip over your page to 682, let's look at this one, and it says that you need an inch ruler. Remember in class, guys, and this is a prime example of it, if you're out somewhere and you don't have a ruler, what could you use to find inches? Yesterday we talked about centimeters was the width, how wide your pinky is. We talked about this in class a while back. An inch is from your first knuckle to your second knuckle. So you can estimate about how many inches this rope would be. Isn't that what it says it is? The length of the yarn, sorry. Yeah. I'm reading upside down, kiddos. So take your knuckle and see how many inches it is about, because all of us are going to be a little bit different, but we can estimate to get close to what the actual would be. So that's a good example of why we need sometimes body measurements to help us, right? Okay, now, guys, the rest of it would be review, and at the top you have your bar graph. And on this side, it's just about your bar graph. Now remember, when you label, you have to have your title, your side, and the bottom, okay? I want you to do that on your own today, kiddos, okay? So do the best you can, and we'll check it tomorrow together. And I'm excited because tomorrow is Friday, whoop whoop, and I will get to talk to you guys live. I told you guys about that Zoom, and I'll talk about more about that here in just a minute, okay? Now guys, if you want to pause this video and go ahead and finish your math, awesome. If not, you can keep trucking right with me, however you want to do it, okay? So I'm going to put my math to the side. And I want to show you something. You're going to get your flimsy book out, okay? And our flimsy book is going to be on page 57. 57, okay? But I want to show you what we're doing. At the top of page 57, it says shades of meaning. That means that we can have practically the same word, but it means just a little bit more each time. So for example, if I'm thinking about water, and I'm like, oh, the water is warm. Whenever I get into the bathtub, it's warm water, or I wash my hands with warm water, that kind of thing. Now, if it's hot, it makes me think of hot tea or hot coffee. I mean, it's hot, so I'm gonna have to blow on it to let it cool a little bit. It's not warm, it's hot. Then we have boiling water, like on the stove whenever we make spaghetti. Okay, so boiling, you wouldn't want to put your finger in that. It would do more than just, I mean, it would scald you, it would burn you. Okay, so these are different shades. They get more intense as they go on. Warm, hot, then boiling. So we're going to look at some other words on page 57 that have a little bit different of the shades of meaning, just like that. They all kind of mean the same thing, but they get more intense as you go on. So on page 57, we have tumble, slide, and slip. Those are different. When you tumble, I think like head over heels, like Jack and Jill went up the hill. They came tumbling down, right? They're rolling. When I slide, I'm like, ooh, I slid on some ice, didn't I? Now, if I slip, I'm just like, oh, that was wet, I slipped. Okay, so let's see which one would go where. Number 1, the wall of mud began to blank slowly down the hill. What do you think? I don't know about tumble. I mean, that seems like going head over heels. The wall of mud began to slide slowly down the hill. The wall of mud began to slip slowly down the hill. I think slide sounds better on that one. What do you think, guys? Because when you slide, you could possibly do that. Like down a slide, you can go slow. Let's circle it. Number 2, be careful not to blank on the slimy seaweed. Whoop, 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 whoop. This reminds me of banana peel, right? Seaweed, banana peel. Tumble or slip? Slip. Number 3, turning over and over, the child began to blank down the grassy hill. Here's that Jack and Jill, right? Tumble. I think that one goes perfect there. So see, they all mean the same thing. You're falling, but they're more intense as you go on. You slide, you can slide slowly, you can slip on a banana peel, or you can tumble head over heels, right? Now, the next one is kind of like our warm, hot, and boiling, but yet we're doing the opposite. Cool, cold, and frozen. So let's look. A blank breeze is welcome after a day's heat. When you're outside, guys, and it's a hot day and you feel the breeze, cool, cold, or frozen? What do you think? I think a cool breeze. I don't want a cold one. I want something to cool me down, and I especially don't want frozen. We don't want Elsa in here. Number 5. You should wear a hat on a blank and snowy day. On a frozen and snowy day, or a cold and snowy day? I think cold, right? Because it's not necessarily frozen outside. It's just really cold. And the last one, let's see if that one goes with what, and I haven't been circling them. Sorry, guys. Here we go. When the pond is blank, we can skate on it. And I think that one's the only one that could go frozen, right? Because if the pond is cold, it doesn't mean it's frozen, so you go right through it. So it has to be frozen. There we go, guys. And if you need to catch up, you can go ahead and pause the video, whatever you need to do. Okay, so we're finished with our flimsy book today. Okay, now, in your hardback reader, let me get Mr. Kai's out, so I'll have the same thing you do. We are going to go over a couple more of your vocabulary words. So if you'll get out your dry erase or your paper pencil, whichever one that you're using, we'll play our vocab game, okay? All right. Here we go. I'm going to say the word. When I point at you, you say it. Assistant. Agreed. Polite. Failed. Tearing. Wisdom. Cleared. Trouble. Good job, guys. I'm going to describe a couple of more words today, and I want you to write down which word I'm describing. Okay. This word means that you had the same idea as someone. You got along, and I gave you the example, like if someone else thought that the color purple was the best, then that means that they have the same idea as me. Does that mean assistant, agreed, polite, failed, tearing, wisdom, cleared, or trouble? I'll write my answer down and see if you've got the same one. Same idea, guys. You get along. 1, 2, 3, show me. Agreed. If you have the same idea, you agree with someone. High five if you got it. All right, guys. This one means that you ripped it. You ripped it up, just like they did those signs that were silly. Assistant, agreed, polite, failed, tearing, wisdom, cleared, or trouble. Ready? 1, 2, 3, show me. Tearing. Good job, guys. We're just going to do a couple of those today so we can get crack-a-lackin'. All right, so I can't wait to see pictures of you in your camping gear or your outside clothes, ready to go camping and all that good stuff. So I want you to read your story with someone in your camping outfit or your outside clothes. Yesterday, guys, I asked you to do number 2 of classroom conversation. It says, why do you think Norman is sorry for tricking the town? Guys, you gave me lots of good answers. You said that he kind of learned his lesson, right? That it's not nice to trick people. People were getting mad and they blamed the wrong person. I had lots of good answers. So he was sorry because it was causing people to get in danger, into trouble. He was causing a lot of people to be upset, and he wanted to fix what he did, didn't he? He was sorry for tricking everybody. Okay, and that gives us a good lesson we can learn. Whenever we do mess up, because we're human and we do, you just need to make it right. Okay, so guys, today we have a very fun journal write, okay? So let's just pretend that for a day, you could make a silly sign. If you could make any silly sign, what would it say? What would it say for people to do? Okay, so I think I put that back up. I sure did. So on your journal write, now on the other one that is on your thing, I asked you to put a lesson that Norman could learn. So if you do that one, that's good too. But I wanted to change it up and have a little bit of fun. So if you're doing just the paper, you can do the lesson that Norman learns, or you can do this fun journal write. So you choose which one, okay? So if you're gonna do journal write number 1, a lesson Norman learns is ... teacher talk for keep writing. Or if you want to do journal write number 2, the fun one. If I could make a silly sign, it would say ... So you choose which one you want to do. Do you want to do number 1, a lesson Norman learns is, or number 2, if I could make a silly sign, it would say, and illustrate either one, guys. So I'll be anxious to see which one you chose, and I'll be anxious to see your illustrations, okay? Make sure that you're reading your story. Practice makes perfect, kiddos. And again, I told you that we would meet on the Zoom app, so go ahead and download it. I will be sending information about the username and password over the Remind app and on Facebook. So if you can tune in. Now, I am going to shoot for tomorrow at 11 a.m. to talk with you, kiddos. That is pending right now. I'm hoping that 11 is good. I have everything into Miss Shelley and seeing if that time is good for her and all that good stuff, okay? So guys, tomorrow at 11 a.m., if you want to talk live and share our good things. So remember, be thinking of 2 good things that you want to share with the class tomorrow. And I cannot wait to see you. I miss and I love you bunches. I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, guys. Mwah.